Hi, I'm Angela Non.
I'm Ariana Kempis.
And this is BRB Crying.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to BRB Crying. I'm Ariana Kempis, also known as Arns.
I'm Angela Non, also known as Nins. Welcome back to our pod.
Yes.
This is a podcast where we just pretty much cry, talk about why.
And that's it. And that's it.
That's it.
Wow, I love
That's
that.
all we got. Kind of rhymed, too.
It kind of rhymed, yeah.
You know?
I liked that.
Yeah.
We should use that somewhere.
Okay. I'll tattoo it. You're in the market for new tats, right?
I meant for our branding. But no, you know what? Tattoo is a great brand. Permanent tattoos?
Yeah, this is for life.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Oh, wow.
You know?
Yeah. Anyway,
Thanks for finding us.
thanks for finding us.
Thanks for listening.
If you are a return customer, thanks for having us back in your lives, in your ears. Mm-hmm. We know your time is so valuable.
Yeah.
And so to spend this time with us, listening to us bullshit, it means a lot.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well, okay. This is episode 5, but we have finally released episode 1 officially to the world.
We did. Yeah.
Wow, what a feeling.
It was so exciting. Yeah. Lots of anxiety.
Oh, please. The whole day.
Yeah.
You know?
But I have been so taken aback by how receptive everyone has been to it. Mm-hmm. All our friends and family have been so great about promoting it and listening in and telling their friends and family to listen to.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate it because we thought we were only going to have one listener. Angela's husband. But guess what? My husband listened too.
Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
2 listeners.
He's proud.
Yeah, he's proud.
He is, yeah. Proud of that he listened.
I thought you were going to say Jomar was proud of me.
Yeah, proud of us. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But that actually brings me to a thought that maybe we could start sharing some things that people have shared with us.
Yeah.
Because we ask people to email us or submit a form on our website if they have cried about something and they want to share it with us. And so we've gotten a couple submissions already. Mm-hmm. And granted, they are not from strangers. Mm-hmm. But I thought that it would be kind of nice to share one. What do you think?
Right now?
Yeah, what do you think?
Oh, okay, sure.
And I was like brainstorming names for this segment.
Yeah.
Sob stories. What do we think? Cry corner. Tear tidbits. I'm open to suggestions.
Yeah. Send us a message. It has to be this.
Yeah. It has to obviously be an alliteration.
Yeah. If it's
Or
not
some
catchy,
sort of, literary device.
Yeah.
It can't just be like the part where they share where people cry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is from a dear friend of me. I won't share names just in case they don't want to be, just in case they want to remain anonymous.
Just social security numbers.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah.
In the show notes.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. I got you. So it says, pregnant at 14 weeks, and I cry at everything, but especially when I'm hugging my parents. I think because I'm about to embark on this new chapter of becoming one myself, and I'm so scared, but also because I still am a child in need of them in so many ways. So I cried when I read that.
How on brand.
Yeah. Surprise, I cried. So thank you for sharing that. Dear listener, you know who you are. That is a very vulnerable thing to talk about, and it's a big, huge thing. One of the biggest things you'll probably ever feel in your life. But I appreciated that thought of I'm still a child myself, because when I read that, I was like, yeah, I'm still a fucking kid. Oh my God.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I still totally feel that way.
Yeah. I just want to echo Arns' gratitude for everyone that has been so receptive to this project that no one asked for.
What do you mean?
Just
we took a poll and people were like, please, please, please.
And I've just gotten some really incredible messages already. It's been over 24 hours now since we released the episode, and the messages that you're sharing with me and Arns, like, I can't express how moved I am that just listening to me and Arns talk for 36 minutes about fucking random shit has inspired you to tap into your emotions as well, and not only sit with it, but then have the courage to share that with us. Like, oh my God, like I just can't even, like, I'm just so grateful.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that people are responding to this in the way that they are. And I think you said in episode 1, like, hopefully this got you thinking a little bit. And I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
I'm seeing people start to be a little bit more reflective. And it's amazing. Like, I'm just so happy that this is the message that we're sharing.
Yeah.
So thank you, everyone.
It's funny because I was joking around about this better change someone's life, you know? Or, you know, I was saying shit like, oh, you know, hopefully you cry. But I don't think I really thought.
Better fucking cry listening to this. I swear to God.
I think even though I was saying that, I didn't know if people actually would. And that was fine with me.
Yeah.
Because as long as we were sharing something that felt good to us, that's what mattered.
Yeah.
So much to my surprise, people are crying.
Yeah, but the crying is like the byproduct of the emotional work that's happening.
Yes.
You know? So
I'm proud of you all for being vulnerable with us and yourselves. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it really is. It's really exciting.
Yeah, because it feels like it's not just us two now.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, we're building so many bridges, hopefully.
Yeah.
And I just, again, I really hope everyone feels at home here listening to us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. Do you want to start?
Yeah, I will start today. I have a good one for you.
Is it ever a bad one? I have a good one today. Yeah, I fucking hope.
I have a really fucked up one today. Okay.
This one is not good, and I didn't think about it very much. Okay.
No, I think you'll like this one. So cry level, like a 3.
Okay.
The cry type was another moved one.
Yeah.
Like touched.
Yes.
And today I'm going to be talking about a writer that I came across.
Oh.
Well, she actually calls herself a writer and astrologer.
Oh.
Yeah. So, okay. Her name is Meghan Rose, and I came across her as I come across all things. TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. Let's go.
The one and only.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she came across my For You page, and I guess I'll just share that my For You page it's comprised of, you know, like baking things and like
recipes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interior design, like cats for sure, book talk, but a good portion of it is also like astrology.
Oh, okay.
And I've noticed in the last, I don't know, like 5 or 6 years that there really has been this resurgence in interest in astrology.
Yeah.
Especially like within our own group of friends. We love looking at people's charts and stuff like that.
I'm guessing them too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she for sure has blah, blah, blah.
Definitely an Aquarius. Just kidding to my Aquarii.
But I think a good reason for this interest is because we just learned so much more about it and like what all these different signs mean and what all these planets actually do in terms of kind of shaping a person. And I remember so distinctly when we were growing up, the common knowledge was just our sun sign, right?
At the back of 17 magazine.
I literally wrote, we would look up our horoscope in 17 magazine,
yeah.
and that would be pretty much the extent of what we knew about astrology.
Mine was always like, you're uptight because you're a Virgo. Every time.
But I think even today, it's really easy to be dismissive about sign reading and the woo-woo. Just in general, it's so easy for us to think that something is not necessarily factual because we don't know enough about it. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's still so intriguing of a topic, and there's so much to analyze and so much to learn from this. But yeah, so to all you listeners, if you know your birthday and your birthplace and your birth time, you can look up your birth chart and get a comprehensive look into your astrological reading. But for the sake of my topic today, we don't really need to delve into all of that. But if you are curious, I am a Capricorn sun, a Cancer moon, and a Virgo rising. And I'm sure like 60% of the people are like, I don't know what the fuck that means. Like, the other 40% are like, oh my God, I can see that.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, I
that
thought
makes
you had exactly. Yeah. But I was like, okay, how do I summarize that in one sentence? And I wrote, that means that I am a goal-oriented perfectionist who gets in her feels constantly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then Arns is a Virgo sun, Cancer moon, like me, and a Leo rising.
Yes.
You want to take a stab at summarizing that in one sentence?
What did I use? What is the word I used earlier? Uptight. I'm uptight and I cry and I love attention. What can I say?
Yeah, I mean, if this interests you, I invite you to learn about your birth chart and read what it says about you and see if it resonates. Because I think at the end of the day, whether you believe in astrology or not, or any of these other types of personality tests, you know, like Myers-Briggs, the Enneagram, human design, like all of these things at their core, they're all just really trying to allow people to better understand themselves, learn about how they function, help them understand other people.
Yeah.
And it's like, why would we want to dismiss that? Because what are we doing here on this earth if not trying to learn and not trying to connect, you know? So, I don't know, open up your mind and just see what you can learn, you know? So back to Miss Meghan Rose. So she is actually a writer for Glamour magazine.
Okay.
She's kind of like their resident astrologer.
Okay.
But she also has a really big following on TikTok, and her page is dedicated to a lot of this Zodiac assessment and whatnot. And she posted a series of videos, and this is what I'm going to be talking about today.
Okay.
So this series is a 12-part series, and each of these videos is her love letter to each of the astrological signs.
You can stop there.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna freaking get you today. Okay, and I guess I should say, for all you freaking skeptics, I think if we remove astrology from this equation and we replace it with any other method that we use to categorize people, you know, gender, age, race, just like all of these things. It's so easy to fall into the trap of stereotypes. And if I bring this back to astrology, for those that have kind of basic understanding of what the different signs mean, it's so easy to summarize a person in a couple of words. And we literally just did that 5 minutes ago. And like I mentioned, I am a raging Capricorn. And I feel like Capricorns can get a bad rep. Well, I feel like any sign you could ask, someone will be like, oh, I freaking hate blanks, you know? But for Capricorns, the stereotypes that come across are they're bossy, they're ruthless, they're too direct and too focused on their career. And while I can see how I can be those things on some days, obviously I like to think that there's more to me than that. There's so much more to all of us beyond just the labels that we're given. So when I watched Megan Rose's love letter to Capricorns, oh my God, it's like she was able to capture for each of the signs these quieter traits that we all have, these things that are less pronounced because we're so guarded all the time. But it's like she saw right through all of that and actually highlighted all of the wonderful things that Capricorns do or Tauruses do. I'm obviously using Capricorns as the main example because
she only talks about Capricorns. It's so weird.
But obviously the whole series is every single sign, and they're just as poignant and just as beautiful. So obviously we will tag her social accounts on our show notes. I really invite you to look up the love letters for yourself because, well, okay, let's listen to it and then we'll come back and we'll discuss why. So I'm going to take a break here and I'm going to share with Arns the TikTok for Capricorn, and then I'm going to show her the TikTok for Virgo. You didn't like it?
No, that's whack. I don't know what she's talking about.
Okay, so we just came back from watching Capricorn and Virgo. And if you haven't had a chance to stop what you're doing and look up this video, each of the videos starts off with Meghan asking a question, and it's, do you ever hear someone tell you their zodiac sign and all of a sudden your mind just explodes into this visual, visceral representation of who they are and what they bring to the world? No, just me? Okay, let me show you. And then she starts describing all of these human feelings that equate to what that person's sign makes you feel. And I watched every single sign. It was like I'm thinking of, oh, I know a Libra, and I'm just listening to all of these explanations, and it's just like, yeah, that's that's exactly what this person makes me feel. It just makes you realize, like, God, look at what all these people bring into our lives. And for me, listening to the Capricorn one, the one that caught my attention was when she says, it's the feeling of having someone else perfectly plan your birthday or anniversary in a way that you could never have done even for yourself, and it's executed flawlessly. Because I think that's so me.
I know. That one caught me too.
I think that I really do express my love for people through acts of service And what I mean by that is like really wanting to take care of plans and making sure that everything is perfect. The party is perfect. The experience, the hosting, everything is taken care of. And that is my way of expressing my love. And you're watching this person say like, I see you. I appreciate that. I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I can see that. Another example in this Capricorn love letter was, it's the first warm enough day of spring where you get to leave the windows open all day long and live inside fresh air again. And it's also the feeling when you share all of your quirky little routines or habits with somebody, and instead of getting annoyed with you, they just smile and look lovingly, and all of a sudden that vulnerability isn't so scary at all. And those two I grouped together because I think all I ever really want to do for the people that I love and care about is I just want them to feel safe.
Yeah.
I want them to feel like they can be themselves. And again, it's like this person just sees that, appreciates and just celebrates that. I don't know. I just think this whole series was just a good reminder to myself that it feels so good to be appreciated, to feel seen. And I don't know why, but I just feel like there is a hesitancy for us to do and express our love and gratitude so openly with others. But it's like, why? Because we know how good it feels.
God. Yeah. It's funny because one of these things under Virgo is the crux of mine, like the thing I'm going to share later.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's
Oh,
It's like
okay.
the thing that really got me when I was
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like,
we didn't plan this.
Oh my God.
I was just basically admonishing the world for not showing enough appreciation to people. So I'm gonna walk the walk too. And so I came across this video maybe, I don't know, actually it's been a while, maybe like 2 months ago. And I just bookmarked it because I knew that at some point I wanted to talk about this. And when I came across the Capricorn one, she actually wasn't finished publishing all of the signs. The Virgo was the last one. And I was thinking to myself, okay, if I'm going to be like preaching this message of we should really be more vocal about our appreciation, I was like, I wonder what I could say about Arns.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously I'm not as gifted of a writer as she, this is crazy what she did. But it was funny because I like attempted it and there was one line that I wrote and I realized that she also said something very similar. And so here's what I wrote. I said, Arns is the feeling of when you take off a full face of makeup and realize that you're still beautiful without it.
I feel attacked.
And what did she write? She says, it's going out with your hair undone or no makeup on and having someone compliment your eyes or something that simply can't be changed. Oh my God. Just two idiots crying. Oh God. Whoa. But yeah, I just...
I need a moment to like really cry because that was really nice. And no, like what you're saying about like how, oh my God, they're going to be listening and be like, I can't understand her through the sobs. It's so true. We have this hesitancy around thanking people. And yeah, why do we do that? Because it does feel so good to be thanked or seen. Like it's so easy to say, it's so easy to make that person feel seen and appreciated. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Why don't we do it more?
Yeah.
It's so little effort on your part, and the way it affects the person that you're saying it to, though. I mean,
it's like, I just said that one little line, and were you having that reaction because it doesn't happen to you enough? You know, like, why?
Yeah.
Why is it that the moment that someone says something so lovely, it's like, oh, sorry, I'm going to fucking lose it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think we don't share it enough.
Yeah. But I think this is a good reminder and maybe a gentle nudge that we should reconsider that.
Yeah.
We should tell people how much we appreciate them as often as we can. You know? Yeah. So thank you, Megan Rose. Thank you for that series.
Oh, Meg.
Thank you for recognizing all the beautiful things that people can offer to the world. And if you'd like to know what you offer, go look up her series.
Okay, well,
Switch gears.
switching gears.
Alrighty.
Today, I'm going to talk about a Pixar short called Lava. You know this one?
I have seen it. It's been a while.
Okay.
It's been
All right.
a while.
Well, buckle in. Okay, so Lava is a love story about two volcanoes, Uku and Lele. And my sources today came mostly from a bunch of YouTube videos that were interviews that people were doing with the producer,
Okay.
James Ford Murphy. So one was a KHON2 News video. Another one was from a user called Ruby Hornet, and another one called Sneak Peek. And both of them were South by Southwest interviews. And then there was also a Cineplex interview. And these all came out around the same time, which was 2015 when the short premiered. So this came out before Inside Out. This is the short that preceded the film, Inside Out.
I see. What year was this?
2015.
2015.
Yes.
Okay. What a year.
What a year.
It could have been any year, and I would have been like, what a year.
So listening to these interviews, I learned that it's actually not planned which short gets shown before which film. It's kind of by chance. It's timing. But I feel like Inside Out was such an emotional, or it was about emotions. And then this was a crier, for me at least. When I first watched this, I actually did not watch it in theaters. I watched it when it came out on whatever streaming service.
Okay.
So I was at home alone when I watched specifically Lava.
Yeah.
And thank God. It was like an 8 out of 10. I mean,
Wow. You just let loose.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Couldn't breathe.
Okay.
So I'll talk a little bit first about the producer. And yeah, his name is James Ford Murphy. He is a white man. It is a little cringe because he wrote this song that is obviously inspired by Hawaiian Islands. And he's white. But you know what? Even after knowing that, I didn't cry any less.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
So he fell in love with the islands when he was young. And he went to the Big Island, I think, on his honeymoon. And he, many years later, went back for his anniversary with his wife and his kids. And so he bought an ukulele when he was in Hilo. And he plays guitar. He had never played the ukulele before, but he started kind of experimenting with it. And he had drawn a photo on a napkin. It was a volcano, and it said, "I love you." And he was like, there's something here. So he talks about how moved he was when he first heard "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" by Is Kamakawi Vo'ole. And he was like, I had heard that song so many times in Wizard of Oz, but it hit so different when he heard Iz's.
Yeah.
And I think that
Everyone.
I think there's something about the simplicity of the ukulele and his voice. So yeah, he wanted to write a song that made him feel the same way that song made him feel the first time he heard it.
Yeah.
He did it, I think. And so I think I'll just play the song for you.
Okay.
So we're going to take a little break, and I'm going to play the video for Nins. Okay.
So good.
Yeah, it is. And okay, so I just played the video for Nins, and obviously I'll link it in our show notes, but I'll also just kind of talk through what happens in the video or in the short. So there's a volcano and he's searching for someone to love, and he's singing this song and hoping that someone will hear. And he sings, I have a dream I hope will come true, that you're here with me and I'm here with you. I wish that the earth, sea, and the sky up above will send me someone to love. So unbeknownst to him, there is a volcano, another volcano underneath, listening to him sing this song. And she's like waiting, and he's turning into stone. He's on the brink of extinction because, after years and years of waiting. And he sings his song of hope one last time. And she rises above the surface, but she can't see him because her back is to him. And he's at this point underwater, and he's trying to sing, but he can't. So she sings for him, or she sings for them, and then they're finally united at the end. And the song that they sing is now, I have a dream I hope will come true, that you'll grow old with me and I'll grow old with you. We think the earth, sea, and the sky we think too. I love you.
Lava you.
I lava you. I'm sorry. I lava you. So I want to give a little bit more background that I learned about this from these interviews. The visuals, regarding the visuals and the animation, this is the first time that I guess Pixar as a studio had ever tried to create sets that were also characters. So, a volcano being the character, whereas it would usually be a set. And so that was really hard because volcanoes are obviously static land formations. And so they had to be creative in the ways that they gave them life and movement, which I think they did such a good job of. Just the expressions. And you can see his face has so much love and hope and longing. And then you kind of see his desperation, when he's starting to sink underwater.
Yeah.
And then regarding the music, so this was performed by Kuana Torres Kahele and Napua Greg. So when the producer was trying to find people, so once the project was greenlit, he said he listened to Hawaiian music for like a year. And then he found out that there was like a Hawaiian kind of Grammys. So he was like, I got to go to this. And so they found the perfect people who are not just incredible singers, but incredible at emoting. And I think that especially the narrator, who also voices the first volcano, his voice is so rich and full. And I think it's the perfect complement to this simple ukulele. And then also like the pacing, like it starts out mellow and then like it gets a little slower as the years go by. And then once he's kind of desperate, it gets like faster and then it mellows out again. And so I think they did a really good job there. So the director says that it's a story about the patience of love, because this takes place over millions of years. What we're watching is millions and millions of years going by. But I think that it's more than just waiting patiently for love to find you. I think it's more, for me at least, patience as an act of love.
bitch.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like that is love. That waiting is love. You're not just waiting for love. That is love. Like you could be in search of someone and have no idea if the universe is heeding your call. But he just keeps singing until he can't anymore. Till his very last day, he kept singing. And then it occurred to me that this doesn't even have to be romantic love. It could be the love that you have for a soulmate that comes in any form. A friend, a lover, a child, and even yourself. Like, just, ooh, yeah.
Let's end it
It's
there.
a lot. But yeah, I mean, I think for me, the part that got me the most wasn't even the beautiful ending where they ended up the happy ever after. It was everything leading up to that and that feeling of wanting something so bad and kind of just hoping that it'll happen to you. And then at the end, he can't sing anymore and she sings for them. And I think that sometimes you just need someone else to believe in you a little bit. We can only do so much believing in ourselves, but sometimes you just need like that one person to just lift you up. And that's what was happening there, right? I mean, she couldn't see him, but she remembered what his song meant to her. And so, yeah, that's me crying about the volcanoes.
I was trying to think about what line in the love letter poem struck out to you, but now I know.
Yeah, it's reading a book or watching a movie and understanding that even in the darkest period of your life, when you felt more alone than you could have thought that you could hold, that somebody else was going through the same thing and you were never really alone to begin with.
I think that's perfect. But actually, I was thinking of another line.
Oh, were you?
I was.
What were you thinking about?
I was thinking, and this is so you too, it's accomplishing something that's really important to you and having someone else celebrate it even bigger and better than you could have celebrated yourself. It's like when she took over, she was like, no, I will continue this for you because you can't do it yourself. That's what struck out to me as...
For those of you who are listening and not watching, I've been crying this whole episode. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, yours works too.
Yeah. All of it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like mine and then yours. That was literally the story. I mean,
Are we the volcanoes?
are we Uku and Lele? Oh God. Yeah. But yeah, it still gets me every time I watch it.
Yeah.
And every time I watch it, I'm like, oh, this is so nice. Maybe I won't cry. Maybe I've mellowed out.
Sure. No, but I love that. It's similar to the Anna Lore art that you talked about too. It's like love has so many different forms because so many people will take that as face value. Oh, these are lovers.
Yes.
But no, there's so much more that this could be addressing.
Yeah.
I love that. I lava it.
You lavaed it?
Yeah.
I lavaed it too. It's funny because when the producer is talking about like, oh, it's about the patience of love. And I'm like, no, it's more. I know you wrote this, but it's so much more than that.
Yeah. Sick.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Ooh.
This one, I cried a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
It feels good, right?
Yeah, it feels so good.
I think it's because we're crying because there's just something so powerful about feeling seen.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah.
This was a good one to do together.
This was.
Unplanned. What a good episode. This was a good one.
This was a great one, everyone. If you haven't rated us 5 stars yet,
what are you doing, dude?
now would be a good time.
I know that you and I have been best friends our whole lives, maybe more, but I really hope that those listening feel just as included in this circle that we're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like we say at the end of every episode, we would love to hear from you. This is what has been happening. People have been sharing with us that they've been crying. And we would love to hear from all of you.
Yeah.
If you want to share something that made you cry, maybe you want us to cry too.
Yeah, we can stay here. We can cry together.
We can cry together.
Like all besties do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The three best friends, me, you, and the internet. No, but seriously.
Yeah, truly. Could be.
We love you all.
Yeah, thank you. We lava you all.
We lava you all.
Okay. Well, I think that's it for tonight.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
We will see you next week. And again, rate, review, subscribe, email us hello@brbcryingpodcast.com. Send us a note at brbcryingpodcast.com. Yeah.
Well,
don't you worry. We will be back next week.
For sure.
I know you were really nervous, but we'll be here.
Like full force, we'll be back.
Oh.
Get prepared.
Every week, we're going to be better and better. We're going to cry harder and harder.
To the point where you can't understand us. We're sobbing so hard. An hour of that. All right. But until then.
BRB, crying.